Hello, this is Braininacat, and you are watching my 500 subscriber Q&A. Let's just get right into it. Dr. 8-Bit asks,
Where do babies come from?
Babies come from storks. Storks come from me. Mommy asks,
Mommy gay?
No, I don't think mommy gay. Ironical Vivo asks,
Why is your name Braininacat when a cat already has a brain? You are cancelled.
Yes, a cat has a brain. This cat has a human brain. Blenderly asks,
What was your main source of inspiration for you to pursue these types of videos?
I was actually really inspired by the YouTube poop music video scene. FMVs, Tim and Eric, and Syriac Mike Diva. Sincast asks,
Why are you so bent?
Moving on. Lears asks,
Bleep or blop?
Next question. Sincast also asks,
How often do you poo?
On a good day, I'll get about 4 poops a day. Lears also asks,
What's your favorite bread? Brown or white?
I love Dave's bread. It's amazing. Random YT asks,
Do you have ligma?
Wow, this question really does give a specific timestamp on this video, doesn't it? Spicy the Robot asks,
What's your favorite band?
X Models, Blood Brothers, Noisia. Droopy TV asks,
Are you a dog or a cat person?
Kale the Squid asks,
Do you like cats or is it just for the name?
I do enjoy cats. Rainman Can asks,
Why the name Braininacat?
The name Braininacat came from me and one of my best friends, Vanessa, in a psychology class. We were in class talking about Descartes and his brain in a vat. Braininacat does come from Descartes' theory of a brain in a vat. Real Brianna asks,
Where's Waldo?
Waldo's dead. Don't you know that? He's been dead. Burster MFGYT asks,
How long have you been on the internet in general?
1999. Bloodborne DX asks,
What programs do you use for animation?
It would be Cinema 4D, After Effects, Premiere. Jed Draws asks a series of questions that I'll try to rapid fire answer.
How do humans animate good?
I don't know.
Do you like Minions? No. What's your favorite YouTube video you've ever watched?
This is a great question. I'm going to put a little sample of that video up right now.
What's the best t-shirt you own?
This leafy shirt I'll show on the screen now.
What's your favorite meme?
Music-related memes like Shooting Stars, any of the Eurobeat ones.
Is this too many questions?
Nah, man, just enough. Super Spin Move 64 asks,
Who/what are your artistic influences?
I kind of listed them already, but some that you might not know I will show up on the screen now. QKill asks a couple questions here. I'll try to list them off correctly.
What keeps you going in regards to animation and such?
I try to make something every day. I think that really helps keep me motivated.
Favorite game and game soundtrack?
Xenogears.
And is QKill best? Yes, then why?
QKill's alright. Grumpola Bar asks,
Do you have any advice for those aspiring to work in animation with After Effects?
Watch a lot of tutorials. Learn the basics first. You will get better. Kairu asks,
You want some?
No. You know me better than that, Kairu. Come on. Shadow asks,
What are your favorite games?
I love Skyrim. I love the Fallout games. Grand Theft Autos are great. And I'm a big fan of the Dreamcast console, so games like Jet Grind Radio, Crazy Taxi, Shenmue, Power Stone, Seaman. Coronex asks,
Question, Mario or Luigi?
Luigi, definitely.
But seriously, what got you interested in computer animation effects?
Tim and Eric and Tom Goes to the Mayor. Tozier asks,
What are your favorite movies?
God Bless America, Hardcore Henry, Crank 2 High Voltage, Kung Fury. Professor Vox asks,
If you're the brain in a cat, do you have 9 lives?
If the 9 lives come from the cat's body, then yes. If the 9 lives come from the cat's brain, then no. Princess Hanners asks,
Have you ever been hypnotized yourself?
No, I have not been hypnotized. Shockmouth asks,
What is it called when it's square root of the total sum of the 2 other sides squared?
Insert 420 joke here. Hernsey asks,
How many ligmas in a bofa?
Well, if you multiply bofa and square it by the ligma, you get Yomi Lover asks,
What programs do you use for animation?
you could refer back to those last questions. Stex asks,
What's one of the best surreal animations you created in your opinion?
if I was going back, I would probably choose this one. And if I was choosing now, I would actually probably say my most recent video featuring ramen, which is right here. Ultimate Human Being asks,
How much do you weigh?
R asks,
Who/what is your favorite musical artist and/or band ever?
Noisia. Champ Nyons asks a few questions here.
What's your goal as a YouTuber?
It's now about a place for me to post my art and see my growth, as well as try to make it entertaining for other people to watch.
Besides design, do you plan on using your 3D skills into something else? Story videos, gaming, making, etc.?
Yes, I would love to do all of those things.
How would you describe your channel?
An abstract art channel, I suppose. Mishi asks,
When did you do 3D art for the first time?
probably 3 years ago. I'll post a couple examples if I can find some. Before that, I did a lot of 2D art and 2D animation. James Morgan Gavin asks,
What you think of this?
I think it's a pretty good texture. I think it would be pretty difficult but doable to recreate that in 3D. Beanie asks,
How do you think of your username?
you could refer back to those last questions. Lord Vega asks,
What's your workflow look like?
my workflow is starting the design in Cinema 4D, plotting out the animation, exporting into After Effects to do any color touch-ups or effects, then exporting into Premiere, and then rendering out as an MP4. Oh, I forgot to add, when I render out of Cinema 4D, I render them out as PNGs. So if it's 1,000 frames, then it's 1,000 PNGs. Kath Lady asks,
Do you own a cat?
I do not own any pets personally, but I always live with roommates who do have pets. My last roommate, who's my best friend, has a cat, and now my new roommate, who's my sister, has a dog. The reason why I don't have a pet is because I move a lot. Vanilla Rice asks,
Do you like burgers with your gherkins?
yeah, I absolutely love pickles, and I even make my own at home. Legendary Alex asks,
Who helped you a lot in your journey?
I would say number one was The Right Opinion. He's been there and supporting me since the very beginning. I would also say Hexios. Oh, and recently, Nerd City has been a really big help to me as well.
Do you have anything against dogs or ducks?
No, I absolutely love dogs. I do like ducks, though once I was attacked by a gaggle of swans. Whatever a group of swans is, I was chased by that. Cineol asks a couple questions.
What is your main animation program you use?
You could refer back to those last questions.
What is your favorite music genre?
Probably drum and bass, noise, grindcore.
And why do you like cows so much?
I'm guessing you're referring to these photos that I posted. Me and my sister went to visit our friend's farm where they take care of rescued cows. Starbeans asks,
What's a dream that you remember the most?
one of my most memorable dreams as a child was me walking on a pebbled beach. A dolphin approaches the end and he says, come take a ride on me. I jump on his back and he takes me into the middle of the ocean. As he starts approaching the other side of the ocean, a swarm of hammerhead sharks start gathering around. The dolphin freaks out and he launches me off of his back. I go flying into the air and I look down and I'm surrounded by hammerhead sharks. And as I go falling back into the ocean, I wake up. Oceanus asks,
Can I take you by the hand?
only if you take me to the land. Trending Tech asks,
Do you have any favorite music genres or artists?
you could refer back to those last questions. Spray God asks,
I'm sure you're a cat person. What is your favorite type of cat?
I am not particular about breeds, but my cat is based off of a British Shorthair, similar to the I Has Cheeseburgers cat. Amir asks,
I got some questions.
I might have some answers.
How long does it take you to finish a project?
It really depends. Some of my videos take way longer than others. Most of my hypnosis videos I can get done in about a week if I put in just enough time every day.
And when will you do a face reveal?
But I'm thinking I'll do a face cam video at 1,000. Dr. Riolu asks,
What's your favorite video game or video game genre?
you could refer back to those last questions. Cheese asks,
What if?
exactly. Extreme Blitz asks,
Favorite Smash Bros. Character?
Captain Falcon. Diabetes asks,
Who's the mega epicest person you know?
my mom. Zalgaloo asks,
What drives you to create?
What drives me to create is something I can't explain. I think some people need to make stuff to be able to feel good enough to live, and I think I'm one of those people. Akio asks,
where do you see yourself in a year?
Space Coyote asks,
how is the procedure of putting a brain in a cat done? Asking so my friend can try it, not me.
I would definitely recommend not trying this procedure. Faye asks,
how do you keep up the positivity in the flood of internet negativity? And do you find your kindness is well repaid by people?
I do try to be positive, and I do try to not spread more negativity in the community because there's enough people doing that job already. Not Anna asks,
who's a similar artist to yourself you take inspiration from?
You could refer back to those last questions. Colio is Coolio asks,
what was it like falling in love for the first time?
My first crush was a bit dampening. It was during El Nino. Everybody was very wet. I was extremely young, and I didn't understand how popularity worked. I'd been seeing her all year, and I decided to approach her and tell her how I felt. Her name was Megan Falcon. I walked up to her and I told her that I liked her, and her group of friends just laughed at me in the pouring rain. The Right Opinion asks,
what do you look for when making your art?
I try to look for something that is interesting looking to me. If I'm entertained by it, then I hope that other people will be entertained by it as well. Niblet and Natu asks,
why is it not bringing a bird instead of a cat?
That's a terrible question. A-Mate asks,
favorite pizza topping?
I love vegetables on my pizza. Ramen asks,
you're walking through a desert, very dehydrated. The first vendor you see sells water. It's Bill Cosby who owns the place. Do you take a delicious beverage from him or keep going? The next option is hard to see. Oasis, miles away. Think smart. Your HP and stamina is very low.
Yeah, I would take the drink. iWaffle's got a couple questions for me here.
Other than the fact that I am obviously your greatest inspiration, who inspires you to make the type of videos that you do make?
You could refer back to those last questions.
If someone were to start getting into the type of stuff that you do you have any specific methods or tutorials, channels that you'd recommend?
Yeah, definitely. I will list a couple here.
What toppings would you, out of an indefinite list, choose to put on your waffle?
Ice cream with whipped cream.
What is your favorite After Effects effect or gimmick to use when constructing your hypnosis videos or even a separate commission, etc.?
A shape tool that's a straight line stretched from side to side, and then you place a swirl tab on the shape tool. It's not actually an effect. It's going to be on the shape commands, and just crank that up and it's going to just turn that into a spiral. Crimson Studios asks,
why is Turkey Tom still lying about being a turkey?
The truth is, Turkey Tom is a turkey. He's lying about being a man. Tambo asks,
Okay. Have you done drugs? And if so, which ones?
Davin asks,
is there something that can genuinely piss you off / anger you? What's your weakness that can make you less positive?
This might sound like a bit of a SJW response, but I'm not really a big fan when people make a lot of racist statements for racist sake. That's not even a joke. I think it's really dumb, and it does irritate me. Scarlett asks a few questions here.
First, why did you decide to move to Hawaii?
I moved to Hawaii to spend some time with my sister.
Do you miss LA?
I do miss LA, though I recently moved here to Hawaii from North Dakota. Wackify asks,
yes. When will you stop getting new PFPs every month?
I think I'm lucky enough to have a unique character that makes artists want to draw it. Potato asks,
I missed the egg stream. That wasn't a question. Just a general statement because I know they're not coming back.
Yeah, it's true. I no longer eat eggs. And if you guys don't know what the egg stream is, I will try to find a video and put it up here. They were fun, and they actually got in a lot of views. I would stream these on Twitter, and I think at one point I had 900 views in 1 hour. Nerd City asks,
when I finally fall asleep after a long editing bender, I dream about Premiere timelines and slicing up source footage. When you sleep, do you start rotating 3D dimensional shapes and doing physics on the back of your eyelids?
Funnily enough, no. I don't really ever dream about doing art. Randomizer asks,
what are your thoughts and honest POV on the infamous gangweed?
I have no opinions on gangweed. And that's it. I want to thank you guys so much for your questions. The growth lately has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming back and finding interest in these videos. I hope they continue to entertain you, and I hope by this time next year we'll be doing something for 1,000. I love you all so much, and thank you.